Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 6th November 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let us find the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Starting with half yearly, let's find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. I request you pause the video, study the report. After that, you can proceed further. If you doesn't understand this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. In that video, I explained all the columns, values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next, for half yearly time frame, let's find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Next time frame is quarterly. Let's find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next, for quarterly time frame, let's find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let's find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame, let's find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside monthly demand zone. Entry time frame daily demand zone, and those demand zones should not be pierced. So in monthly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count should be 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. So 17 stocks are filtered. In these 17, how many are having a high probability setups? Based on EMA Confluence. In EMA Confluence, at monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA Confluence, we are filtering. So in these 12 stocks, monthly demand zones are having a monthly EMA Confluence. But remember, zones having sideways trade setup, you can ignore them. Okay, next time frame is weekly. Monthly only. For monthly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside monthly supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Some of these stocks might be pierced, so for supply zone, monthly supply zone, we have to apply the pierced count and should be 0. Minimum value 0, maximum value 0. We got 6 stocks. In these 6, how many of these supply zones are having monthly EMA Confluence? So in the EMA Confluence, monthly time frame, monthly supply zone with monthly EMA Confluence, we got 2 stocks. In that first one is a sideways trade setup, you can ignore it. Because EMA Confluence does not give any advantage in sideways trade setup. And here this is uptrend, you can look for counter trend trade setup related trade plans. Okay, this is about monthly time frame. Next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next weekly time frame, let's find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Next for weekly time frame, let's find the stocks price closed inside weekly demand zone, and these weekly demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, weekly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. We got 13 stocks. In these 13 stocks, weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA, but sideways trade setup, ignore those weekly EMA Confluence. Okay, next weekly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside weekly supply zone. But these supply zones should not be pierced. So pierced count at weekly time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. with these filters. All these are all price monthly supply zones where price closed inside monthly supply zone. I am scrolling the list down. So total 35 monthly supply zones are filtered where price closed inside the supply zone. Now let's verify how many of these supply zones are having EMA Confluence, weekly EMA Confluence. In the EMA Confluence weekly time frame, weekly supply zones with weekly EMA Confluence. So these are the first 15 stocks. So total 22 stocks. Sideways trade setup you can ignore, you can also filter that. Here we have a trend is there, zone violation trend in weekly time frame. You can look for only uptrend or downtrend related stocks, trending. See, all these stocks are filtered without sideways trend. Downtrend stocks you can look for bearish trade setups, uptrend stocks you can look for counter trend trade setups. So this is about monthly time frame, and the next time frame is a daily, entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. And the first one is a high liquidity demand zone, that is a Hero Motor Corporation, already tested 4 times. So this is the this is a daily high liquidity demand zone. Next, for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Let's verify high liquidity supply zones from this list. NIFTY Financial Services, this is nothing but FinNifty, having a high liquidity supply zone. NIFTY Consumer is not listed in F&O. And we have Indian Hotels is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. Next we have Naukri is having high liquidity daily supply zone. That's it. We have identified 3 high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. NIFTY Financial Services, that is nothing but FinNifty, is listed in F&O. Okay, next for daily time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside daily demand zone. These demand zones should not be pierced, daily demand zones. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. We got 5 stocks, these 5 demand zones. Let's check any of these 5 daily demand zones are having daily EMA Confluence. So in the EMA Confluence, a daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence. No stocks are having EMA Confluence. Okay, next for daily time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside daily supply zone. So the daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. So we got a very big list. For your reference, I am scrolling the list down. So 52 stocks are filtered. Currently prices are closed in these 52 daily supply zones. And let's verify how many of these stocks are having EMA Confluence. Out of these 52, EMA Confluence and daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. I enable the filter. Let's verify. I think again the list is big. I am scrolling the list down. But some of the stock sideways trend is there. Let me eliminate sideways trend. That would be better. In the trend zone violation and daily time frame, looking for either uptrend or downtrend related stocks. Now list is reduced. These are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 26 stocks are filtered. In these 26 downtrend related stocks, we can plan for bearish trade setups, and uptrend related stocks you can plan for counter trend trade setup related trade plans. Okay, this is about daily time frame. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next 125 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 14 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity zones from this list. First one is filtered. 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. So we don't have any high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks where price. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. So we got total 17 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any high liquidity 75 minute supply zones from this list. This is a pierced zone, so it's not valid. Bajaj Auto is having a high liquidity supply zone, and also it is moving between high liquidity demand and supply zones, 75 minute demand and supply zones. And then we have NIFTY. NIFTY is also moving high liquidity demand and supply zones. Next one is Page Industries is having a high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. RBL Bank is having a high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. And UPL is having high liquidity supply zone and also having high liquidity demand zone. Generally, if a stock is having both high liquidity demand and supply zones, it may give you opportunities on either side. Okay, this is about high liquidity 75 minute zones. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next, for 25 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Let's verify any of these demand zones are having ITF confluence, that is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. None of the zones are having ITF confluence. Next, for 15 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. In these supply zones, let's verify any of these zones are having ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. Enable the filter. Let's verify. Out of 5, these 2 supply zones are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minute supply zone is a part of the 75 minute supply zone. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these demand zones are having ITF confluence. That is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter, out of 7 stocks, we got 2 stocks. In these 2 stocks, 5 minutes demand zone is part of the 15 minutes demand zone. Okay, next For 5 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 5 minute supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Out of these 6, how many are having ITF confluence, supply zone confluence? Let's verify. So in the supply zone confluence, 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this, we got 5 stocks. Out of these 5, the second one is, you have to ignore it, is a pierced zone, the supply zone, because we are looking for stocks near supply zones. Okay, this is about stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Next, let us identify Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Let's start with Nifty, starting from monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is Nifty 50 supply demand zone chain. Always look into the zone column to find high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to check any of the zones are pierced. Look into the LTF trend for the current time frame you have selected. This is the way you should understand the remaining reports, and also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one time frame to another time frame, because I am giving you only few seconds time. Okay, next, changing the time frame to weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, the next time frame is a daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. The next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. If you want to look for more demand zones, I can scroll down. So this is about the Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, let us generate for Nifty Bank, that is nothing but Bank Nifty. Let's start with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame, that is the last time frame, is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So this is about Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. So next set of reports are bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trade. First let's start with bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at daily. I am selecting bullish. Daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily demand zone. And we got 8 stocks. These 8 are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. There could be high probability setup zones might be available based on the ITF and ITF, HTF, LTF, Confluence. Also we will, 2 types of reports we will, high probability zones we will identify. First, let's identify LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is a daily and weekly demand zone confluence. Daily is entry time, weekly is ITF. So with this demand zone confluence filter is enabled. We got 5 stocks. These 5 are high probability setup supported stocks because the daily zones, entry time frames, demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. And the weekly demand zone trend is uptrend, weekly trend is uptrend. If weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone. So weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. We got 4 stocks, and these 4 stocks are high probability setup stocks. I mean even more high probability setup supported stocks. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. So removing the EMA filter, and in the demand zone confluence, I need to add 2 more filters. So daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, and daily with weekly is already enabled. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, we got only 1 stock. So in this stock, daily demand zone is part of the weekly, both together again part of the monthly demand zone. Now let's verify if this is having any EMA confluence, monthly EMA confluence. In the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. So this is having a monthly EMA confluence. It is even more high probability setup stock. So this is bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily, entry zone, supply zone. Bullish or bearish trade setup at entry time frame daily. I am selecting bearish. The daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. Now we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, and entry time frame is a daily supply zone. In these 3 daily supply zones, there could be high probability setup stocks might be available. So first let us verify based on ITF confluence, LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is the daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 2 stocks. And in these 2 stocks, the weekly trend is a downtrend and the daily zone is part of the weekly zone. And the weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. It is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence, we got 1 stock. So this is even more high probability setup supported stock. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I am removing the EMA filter. Now in the supply zone confluence, we need to set additional filters. Daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we did not get any stocks. That means in the bearish trade setup, we don't have any LTF, ITF, HTF confluence supported stocks. Okay, next one is a bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 0. Zone achievement VOZ minimum order enhancer score 12. These filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Currently these 11 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and all these zones are 75 minutes demand zones, entry zones. Among these 75 minutes, 11 75 minutes demand zones, there could be high probability setup supported stocks will be available. So let's verify based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, LTF is 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. Enable the filter, that is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. We got all the 11 stocks. In all these 11 stocks, the 75 minutes demand zones are part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is uptrend, that is ITF trend is uptrend. If any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. So daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence, we got 6 stocks. So these 6 are even more high probability setup supported demand zones. 75 minutes demand zones. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. Removing the EMA filter. So in the demand zone confluence, we need to add two more additional filters. 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence, daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, we got 4 stocks. In all these 4 stocks, 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone, both together again part of the weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is up for second stock and fourth stock. If they are having any weekly EMA confluence, there could be even more high probability setup stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence, we got 2 stocks, and both the stocks are having uptrend, and both these stocks are high probability setup demand zones. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone, supply zone in bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes. I am selecting bearish. The 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score is 12. All 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes supply zone. We got 8 stocks. So these 8 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes supply zones. Among these 8 75 minute supply zones, there could be high probability setup zones might be available. Let's find them based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 6 stocks out of 7, 6. Out of 7 or 9, earlier 9 stocks, right? Okay, fine, whatever it is. So in these 6 stocks, the 75 minutes entry zone is part of the daily supply zone. And the daily trend is a downtrend. If any of these daily supply zones are having a daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. At daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence, we got 4 stocks. And these 4 supply zones are even more high probability supported supply zones because they have EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, I have to set 2 more additional filters. 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks, daily zone, 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, both together again part of the weekly zone. And weekly trend is sideways, no need to check for EMA confluence on weekly zones. So this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone in bullish or bearish trade setup. At 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. and the 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in 15 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhancer score 12. All three filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone, and we got 8 stocks. And all these 8 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. That is, entry time frame entry zones are 15 minutes demand zones. Among these 8 15 minutes demand zones, there could be high probability supported stocks might be available. Let's verify. First, let us verify based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling that filter. 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. We got 7 stocks. In these 7 stocks, 15 minutes entry time frame demand zones are part of the 75 minutes demand zone, that is ITF. This 75 minutes demand zone trend is uptrend. If any of these 75 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, they could be even more high probability setup stocks. So daily demand 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. We got 3 stocks. So these 3 demand zones are even more high probability setup stocks, these 15 minute zones. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. Removing this EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 15 minutes demand zone with 75 is already enabled. Next 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence, and 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filters are enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got 4 stocks. In these 4 stocks, 15 minutes entry demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone, both together again part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is up in 2 stocks. In these 2 stocks, if any daily EMA confluence, they could be even more high probability setup stocks. Let's verify. In the daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. We got 2 stocks. These 2 stocks are even more high probability setup supported stocks, because these daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence. But these zones are 15 minute zones. 15 minute zone is part of the 75. Both together part of the daily zone. That daily zone is having daily EMA confluence. But our entry zone is 15 minutes demand zones. But they are part of 75 and again part of daily zones, and also having daily EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes, entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish. The 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Now 7 stocks are filtered. All these 7 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. That is, entry time frame is 15 minutes and the zone is supply zone. And among these 7 15 minute supply zones, there could be high probability setup supported stocks might be available. Let's find them based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. Enable the filter, and with this filter we got 6 stocks. In all the 6 stocks, the 15 minutes supply entry zone supply zones are part of the 75 minute supply zone, and 75 minutes trend is a downtrend. And if the 75 minutes zone is having any 75 minutes any daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Why 75 minutes supply zone? Because the entry time frame 15 minute supply zones are part of the 75 minute supply zone. And we got only 1 stock, and it is not an indices. I mean, it is an indices not listed in F&O. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I am removing EMA filter. LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. In the supply zone, 3 filters we should set. This is the first filter is already enabled. Second filter, 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. Next 75 minutes supply zone with daily supply zone confluence with all the 3 filters LTF, ITF, HTF, supply zone confluence. We got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, the 15-minute supply zone is part of the 75-minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zone. And because all are part of the daily zone, if the daily trend is down in 3 stocks, if they are having daily EMA Confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify in the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. We got 3 stocks. Out of these 3, first one is anyway indices. You can ignore it because not listed in F&O. And PVR INX is having a downtrend. It is a high probability setup. Okay. Next, let us generate the stop buffers based on daily ATR. So first 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks listed in F&O. I am scrolling the list down, whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.